Alright, here we are, back again. Had to go take a skidder in, pull a truck in, so on and so forth. This is not a great day to try to film. It's really too much going on, but I wanted to get some of these big trees here on film. This chain, I don't know, I'm always whining about my chain being dull, but this one's been on a couple of days too. If I say they're dull, they usually are dull because I'm too lazy to change them until they plumb quick cut. This is also the old style 3/4 chain with the long short teeth instead of the short tall teeth. They don't cut this white pine quite as good. They cut hardwood good though. These are so big, I think if we get another, it's going to be too much.
Yeah, I got one living right there outside the road on you.
About that winch on that skidder right there not working a minute ago. That grapple skidders, Franklin put that old 42 style winch on there. They would pull. They had brake bands in them. Any winch with a brake band, it's gonna give a lot of trouble. Franklin made a winch years ago. They called a 38. That was a boat anchor, and then at the end they made another one, they called it a 38. Had disc brakes on the front of it. Them were great winches, fast and would pull if they had the right springs in them. Tension springs, something would break in them every now and then, shaft or ring and pinion, but compared to anything else Franklin ever had, they were great. And they weren't as durable as say a 6000 John Deere, but they were fast. Now this right here is a monster tree. Hot saw or intermittent. You probably have to get this on 3 sides, and this thing's got a big old fork up in it. Make a couple of slices there to give it some room to compress. This thing will probably shatter. And I know somebody's going to say, well, if you had a hot saw, you could make that tree fall slow. Well, no, you couldn't. Not that tree, you wouldn't. Now with this head, I can slow a tree down falling, but not one that big. Nothing's going to, but yeah, that thing broke all to pieces. I was afraid of that. So many stumps. These trees are so big and brittle. That's every bit of a 35 incher there. Plus, there's 2 big forks in it. Rocks. It's good for your tracks. Piece down there. I better get it. I'll start to say it ain't worth getting, but I better get it. Right there. Ain't no count. saw motor housing there does get in your way from time to time. That's a pretty good piece of pull. Crazy times. I try not to get political on here, but I work for a living, so you know where my politics lie, and they don't lie with that bunch that's in there right now. Got 1,500 gallons of fuel yesterday morning, and it was $8,400. And that's just off-road. That'll last us about 3 weeks. And there's always 2 or 3 trucks on the road burning it. The highway fuel. So, yeah. I don't know what's happening. The funny thing is, Bill's begging for wood, talking about demand and price being high, but I don't see how it can hold out, and they're not helping us much on the fuel. Pretty much making the same thing we were when it was $2 a gallon. So if you put it all together, it just can't go on like this. I don't think we can make it till 24 like this. Even if we could get a fare, choosing then, which is not likely. Trees like that, it's about more trouble than it's worth. All that mess is one tree. Rock pile where somebody piled up rocks years ago to farm this. Don't like to track on shit like that with these brand new rails and pads, but don't get to the right position to cut them. Some big whopper there too. That's a 30-some incher. Better get my head up a little bit. There might be a rock behind it. Single pass all day long. There's the big boys. That little bit right there peeled. That don't hurt nothing. I'm gonna slab that off with the mill anyway. Get off of that rock pile. Like that too, with a pop saw or intermittent head. It's really hard to handle when you're cocking them sideways, pinching them. Maybe years don't have much trouble with them. We'll put that off one time. Thing's rotting through, big pulp wood, might as well put it forward. get rid of this stuff that can stab the underneath pans on this thing, belly pans, whatever you gonna call them. We took all the factory panels off the bottom of this thing and replaced them with 3/8. That's one reason it's so heavy now. Had them all CNC cut, slick, so you ain't gotta worry much about stuff getting up in its undercarriage, as Daisy Duke said. That gun swell-butted things. It's a whopper too. See, I can hold that baby up, and that's a massive tree. Throw it right up there where grapple scooter with no chains can get it back on top and broke that head. You can tell how big these things are by the way the tops is shattering. But see, watch this right here. I can slow that tree down too, just the same as you can with a hot saw or intermittent. I don't generally do it on a big old tree because I'm sure it's not good for it. Get this top. All the pines go even inside the buffer. I'm not supposed to have equipment below that blue paint. The orange marked trees are the ones that they won't take it out of the buffer. The forester's pretty easy to work with. They understand what you gotta do. I shoot straight in there and straight back out and don't spin around and do a lot of damage. They don't really care. It's a big old tree here when you figure the top of it. Get over here! The swing power on this baby. I ain't saying this is the best cutting tool ever, but it ain't no joke. I've never been on anything that would touch it. Rough ground, bigger trees. So easy to talk with like that. Grab that tree, take it with me back to the top of the hump. Rocks. Just put CBs in our equipment so we can talk a little bit. Still trying to get all that mastered. You might hear that thing chattering in the background. Yesterday, we're trying to find a channel. I mean, there's a bunch of people on all the time. 19, you know, you're going to hear crap you don't want to hear all the time. Yesterday morning we was trying 22 and getting ham radio. I'm in the mountains of North Carolina, getting ham radio operators all the way from Indiana, Tallahassee, Florida. One of them named was Shithouse Rat, Cho-Cho, and I don't know where they come up with these names. They was a yakking, cussing the people on the West Coast, walking on them. But I guess the conditions were just right, because this morning ain't getting none of that. This is clear cut. Cut anything here. This hardwood up through here goes too. Something's wrong with the chipper at the mill though, and they can't saw hardwood right now, so we probably ain't gonna cut much of it. Yep, you heard right. $8,400 for 3 weeks of fuel. We have our own trucks, do our own trucking. There's really no such thing as contract trucks around here because of the conditions. Most of the people around here is one old skidder, one old knuckle boom, a couple, 3 guys getting 2 or 3 loads a day of that. And there's just nobody can really make a living doing contract trucking. I've tried it. One time back when a tractor and trailer load of logs was bringing me about $800, the daggum hauler was getting $250 of it right off the top. So they were the only ones making any money. I quit that mess. But you got to have your own trucks around here pretty much. Anywho. We're only hauling 17 miles right now, so that's one reason we're surviving. Had a big long haul, it would really be bad. But we'll shut the camera off for a while. If I run up on a few more big ones, I'll turn it back on. If not, I'll catch you later.